Hello Utah Jazz fans, welcome to the channel. Subscribe to the channel to not miss any news and hit the notification bell. Let's go to the news. Where there's smoke there's fire, and there is a lot of smoke with the Utah Jazz and John Collins. 2 days ago we heard from Shams Charania that the Jazz had interest in John Collins. Here's what Charania said. Meanwhile, the Hawks have had several teams in the Collins market, such as Utah, Washington, Brooklyn and Dallas, sources said. Atlanta has not shown interest so far in a potential framework that would contain Brooklyn's Joe Harris, those sources said. Phoenix has a desire for Collins but does not appear inclined to take on the forward, who is in the second season of a 5-year, $125 million pact. Today we had another trade rumor come from Jake Fisher connecting the Jazz to John Collins, but this one had a lot more details, including some additional insight into what players were discussed. Here's what Fisher said. Atlanta has continued its pursuit of Jay Crowder, and a new 3-team concept with Utah and Phoenix circled around league executives this week. The Hawks certainly view the Jazz as a potential landing spot for John Collins. But while Utah has signaled a willingness to discuss Jared Vanderbilt of known interest to the Suns, and Landry Shamet has often been included in deal frameworks that would send Crowder to Atlanta, this structure appears to be an expired idea that never gained significant traction due to draft pick compensation and other shortcomings. Let's dissect this. First, it's clear the Jazz would like John Collins, and the Hawks view the Jazz as a potential partner. The Jazz and Hawks have had a ton of rumors the last 6 months. Remember all the rumors connecting the Jazz to DeAndre Hunter? Obviously they are talking, and the Jazz have a working relationship with the Hawks, they just haven't figured something out yet to bring Collins to Utah. The other item of interest is that the Jazz's willingness to discuss Jared Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt has been a player of interest to multiple teams reaching out to the Jazz for trades, but, up until this article, it had appeared the Jazz weren't very willing to part with a player that seemed like a part of the Jazz's future. It looks like, for the right price, the Jazz would be willing to make a move. Fisher notes that the deal didn't receive much traction, but if things get worse for the Hawks, maybe they'd be willing to meet the demands the Jazz are asking for. And you fan, what do you think of all this? Comment below. Leave your opinion. I'll stay here until more.